Hey friends, it's Ashley here, and if you are new, thank you so much for stopping by. Today I am doing the Homemakers tag, and I was tagged by Katie over at Life with the Love Days. I absolutely love watching these videos. It's so interesting to me to watch what other stay-at-home moms are doing, just to get to know them a little bit more, and I hope that this video will help you all to get to know me a little bit more. So let's just jump right in, and I can go over the questions. I pulled up the video, which, by the way, if you did not watch hers, I'm going to have hers linked down below so you can go watch it. I loved watching hers. I sat, instead of cleaning, normally I'll be cleaning when I'm watching YouTube videos, but since it was a sit down and I was very interested in her responses, I just sat down and watched it all. So I've got all of the questions here that she put in her description box, which I'll be putting in mine as well, so that I can answer them. So let's just jump right in. Alright, so question number one is, have you ever had anyone say anything negative about you staying home? I haven't ever had anyone directly tell me anything negative, but I have had like little passive-aggressive comments like, how are you gonna do it, you know, with you staying home and your husband working? How are you gonna make it financially? Or just helpful comments, something like, well, you know, maybe you can find a stay-at-home job, or you can still find a way to work so that you're providing money and your husband's not the only one making money. But those are the only comments I can think of. Again, nothing negative, but just still a little passive-aggressive. Question number two is, what are your favorite and least favorite parts about being a stay-at-home mom? So obviously, favorite part is getting to stay home with my kids. That was one of the things that stressed me out so much during my maternity leave with my first. If you're new here, I'll just quickly tell you, I have 3 stepdaughters and I have 2 with my husband. So the very first child that I had with my husband, my older 3 stepdaughters were already in school, but the very first one I had with my husband, when I was out for maternity leave, the thought of leaving her at daycare had me sick to my stomach. Every single day it was a thought in my mind, and honestly, I don't feel like I got to really enjoy the maternity leave, that time with my daughter. I was just thinking about it all the time, the fact that I was gonna have to leave her at daycare. So eventually it got to the point where I told my husband, we need to decide on something because I'm not feeling well physically. I mean, the thought of her being at daycare just really scared me, and I wanted to be the one to stay at home with her. I really truly feel that we are the best teachers to our children and caretakers. So I sat down with my husband and we both decided on it. We were able to put the pencil to the paper and decide on a budget together, and we were able to make it work. So that is why I feel like my favorite part is obviously staying with my kids, being able to teach them about just life in general and all of the things that I've taught them. I feel so proud about, because I know that they've learned it not from people taking care of them, but from their own parents. So that is my favorite thing. My least favorite thing, I'd have to say, is how do I say this without sounding negative or derogatory towards my kids? I love them to death, but being home with them all the time can be a little counterintuitive to, how do I say it? You don't get much me time. And that is something that I had to come to terms with from the very beginning, the moment I decided that I wanted to stay at home with them. I knew that I was gonna have less me time, and I didn't realize just how much of it I was not gonna have when I did have my second child. So I think my least favorite would be the fact that I don't have enough time to myself. My mind is continuously thinking, what do I need to do for my kids? What do I need to do next? I need to clean, I need to do this, I need to do that. So I don't really have enough time to myself. So I would say that's my least favorite thing, is the fact that I don't go out, I don't go to a job, I don't get my mind off of my kids and my family. That is on my mind all the time. I guess that's my least favorite, as I'm trying to find balance with that, and I haven't quite found the sweet spot yet. All right, so question number 3 is, what are your favorite chores and least favorite chores? I'm gonna preface this response with saying that my favorite chore at first, years back, used to be dishes. And then when all of this pandemic happened and kids started coming home full time, there were dishes in the sink 24/7. I could leave the sink clean at night, and by the time I woke up, there was already a cup, a spoon, something in the sink. So there's always something to wash, and it has easily become my least favorite chore. So I guess I'll start with my least favorite chore now, is dishes. I cannot stand having to wash dishes all the time, and we don't have a dishwasher, so I'm the one that washes them, and my husband helps too, of course. But just the fact that there's always dishes, that has easily become my least favorite chore. It's ironic because my least favorite chore before used to be laundry, and I feel like they've swapped. So now my favorite chore has become laundry, and the only reason that is because I've managed to keep up. It's not perfect, but for the most part I've managed to keep up with doing 1 load of laundry a day. So the fact that I've been able to do that, I'm only folding 1 load a day. I can sit down when girls are asleep, I can sit down and fold laundry while I'm watching TV or something, and it just has become I don't know, like therapeutic almost. Watching TV and folding, I kind of go into my own little zone. So I would say my favorite chore now is laundry. I don't know that it's gonna stay that way forever, but I would have to say that right now that's what it is. Let's see. Question 4 is, what time do you go to bed and what time do you wake up? I go to bed probably around 10:30, and right now I'm still nursing. I have a 9-month-old, almost 9-month-old baby that's still waking up 2, 3, 4, 5 times a night, you name it. I don't know when that's going to get better, but at the moment I am definitely sleep deprived. So any chance that I get to sleep, I am going to take it. Obviously during the day I work during naps, so that's not going to be the case during the day. But at night, the moment that both daughters, the younger daughters, are asleep, I'm in bed. And I try to sleep as much as I can at night, and then obviously in the morning my toddler wakes up at about 7. Anywhere from 6:30 to 7:30 is when she wakes up, so that's when I will wake up as well. So yeah, go to sleep at 10:30 or so, wake up anywhere between 6:30 to 7:30. Mind you, that's broken sleep throughout the night, so it's not like I'm getting a lot of sleep. So let's see, question number 5. Do you play anything in the background while you are cooking or cleaning? Yes, definitely. Ever since I was a little kid, ever since I can remember, my mom always had music in the kitchen, whether she was washing dishes, she was cooking, cleaning. As young as I can remember, there was always music in the background, and I do that now, and I love that. So if I'm washing dishes or cooking or cleaning, I have either music going, a podcast, or I will have a friend's YouTube channel or YouTube video playing in the background. So yes, I definitely do have something going on in the background while I am cooking or cleaning or whatever. Let's see. Question number 6. Do you get dressed most days or do you stay in your PJs? I thought this was funny when Katie answered this question, because I had to agree with her. For the most part, I don't stay in my PJs because I don't really have like matching PJs or even pajama pants. I just have like shorts and a t-shirt. For the most part, I stay in those clothes. I do shower every morning though, so it's not like I stay in the clothes that I wore the night before. I change into something like shorts and a t-shirt still throughout the day. The only time that I will get dressed is when I'm going out. I have errands, and that's about it. So that's when I will do like makeup and all. But other than that, I do stay in shorts and I do have a t-shirt on. I don't really get dressed unless, like I said, I'm going to run errands or something. All right, so question number 7 is, how often do you do your hair and makeup? I guess it's kind of along the same lines as my answer with number 6, and that is that it's only when I go out, unless like right now that I'm recording, I did a little bit of makeup, and I don't go all out. I don't even use base or anything, or foundation, I guess, whatever. But I do a eyeliner, eyeshadow, mascara, blush, and that's about it. So yes, I will do makeup, and honestly, the days that I do get dressed and I do my makeup, I feel so good throughout the day. I get things done. I feel productive. I feel put together. It's easy for me to just get into our truck and take off if I need to because I'm already dressed. So I actually do prefer to get dressed, but I don't always get dressed. So let me know if you feel the same way, because I'm pretty sure that if I got dressed every day, I feel like I'd be a little more productive with my day. But it's kind of one of those things. It's catch-22 because I feel good when I get dressed, but I don't feel like getting dressed all the time. So yeah. So question number 8 is, what are the trouble zones in your home? If you've been following me for a while, you know my answer to this, and that is my table and my bar counter. I cannot seem to keep my table clear. I know we have a small space, and usually they say when you have a small space, you have to minimize because you'll have a lot of clutter. Well, our table gets cluttered regardless. I don't know what it is. Actually, I do know what it is. It's the fact that when I come in from getting groceries or go to Target and I'll bring stuff in, I'll just set it on the table instead of putting it directly into our room or wherever it needs to go. But it's just, I don't know. I'm making excuses now, but that is my trouble zone in our on our table. And then I also want to say the trouble zone in our room is my vanity. I put things on there, like at night if there's stuff on the bed, I'll just kind of put it on top of that vanity, and then it accumulates and it stays there for a week or sometimes longer. So I would say those are my 2 biggest trouble spots in our home. Question number 9 is, do you get distracted? I wish I could say no to this, but I would be lying, and that is not what my channel's about. I really enjoy being raw and real with you all. So do I get distracted? Yes. My biggest distraction, my phone. Definitely my phone. Again, I feel bad being honest and telling you this, but I want to tell you all because I'm sure I'm not the only one. I get notifications, and actually I just turned them off a few days ago, which if you've messaged me on Instagram or something, that's why it's taking forever, because I turned off my notifications for this specific reason, because I get too distracted. So I can be on the couch, let's just say we're having breakfast or something at the table, and I'll get a notification on my phone, and then I click on it, and then that leads to another message, and then a notification here and there and there. So I get easily distracted, and before you know it, I hear my toddler calling me, you know, mommy, 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 and I'm not answering her because I'm already stuck on my phone. So yes, I do get distracted, but it's something that I'm working on now. And so if you are noticing yourself get distracted, turn off your notifications for, I don't know how long I'm gonna leave them off. I'm actually liking it because I'm noticing that I'm not getting on Instagram as much, or social media in general. So if you are having the same problem, turn off your notifications for just a little bit so you can see that those notifications will get you. Question number 10 is, do you enjoy staying at home or do you miss work? Oh, this is a hard one to answer because I really enjoyed what I did before. If I haven't shared it here before, what I used to do before in the workforce is I worked in the produce industry for 11 years. So I did pretty much, I did a few different things in that industry. So I worked from the packaging shed area where the growers bring produce from the plant, from the field to the warehouse to package and all of that. I was an accountant there. And then I worked in a cold storage, and I was a customer rep there. Then I was an account manager with transportation. And then I was an office manager at a company called Speedling. I don't know if any of you have heard of that, but that company, basically it's transplanting. So watermelons was one of the biggest crops in our, or biggest commodity there where we were at. So I loved what I did. I had a true passion for that, and that is why it killed me. That's why my stomach hurt all the time thinking about having to leave that so that I could stay home. But to be honest, my kids were worth it, and I do not regret it, but I do miss it. I don't know if that makes sense, if that's even possible, to not regret something but to miss it. So let's see, what was the question again? Do you enjoy staying at home or do you miss work? Yes, I enjoy staying at work. I'm staying at home, but I do miss going to work. So I don't know if that answers that correctly, but that's how I feel. So question number 11 is, what is your never-ending chore? dishes. I mentioned it earlier, and laundry, along the same lines as dishes, but because I've kind of gotten a better, I guess, handle of doing laundry and all of that, I'm into a routine right now. I would say that dishes is the never-ending chore. Let's see. Number 12, what is your way of having me time? Anything that has to do with me being alone. So I'll give you an example. Today we picked up lunch and I told my husband I really needed some time to myself just to kind of regroup my thoughts and to just kind of recharge for a little bit. So I went to go pick up lunch and I went by myself. That is, I guess, a little example of me time, but more than anything that has to do with me doing something or just being alone, whether it's with the Lord, whether it's doing my nails, going to Target is a good one. So yeah, just anything where I am just taking some time to recharge, because I do believe I'm a huge firm believer of you cannot pour from an empty cup. So this is me reminding you to take the time to have a little bit of me time for yourself. Number 13, how often and how does your husband chip in? So right now I'm filming in our daughter's room, and he is currently with all 5 girls in the living room. So that right now is a huge help to me. I'm able to sit down and film and not worry about one kid pulling hair out from another kid. They're not really that bad, but still they're being watched by my husband, and I feel safe knowing that they are with him. He helps a lot with washing dishes after dinner. If I cook, he usually washes dishes, or vice versa. He'll help in the room making the bed, or he'll help in the living room picking up things. So he does help a lot, which is why I can't seem to get upset whenever he doesn't put his socks in the dirty clothes or his shorts in the dirty clothes, because I know that he helps me in other ways. So rather than nag and then have him not want to help at all, I just suck it up. I pick it up, and I'm not going to treat him like his mom and tell him you need to pick up your socks. So I just kind of suck it up, like I said, and he helps me in so many other ways that those kind of little things don't affect me like they used to before. So that is how he chips in. Question number 14, we're almost done. I know I'm talking a lot, but question number 14 is, when do you do your chores and do you find it hard to keep up with them? So I really like doing my chores when my daughters are awake. I like showing them how to do things. So I'm already teaching my toddler how to sweep. All my 3 older daughters know how to sweep, know how to mop, know how to make their bed, all of that. But I'm teaching my toddler, and I'm not having her do chores. I'm just kind of, she has a little play broom that she goes along with me sweeping. But those are the things like chores and stuff I do during the day. I don't put too much focus on them though. I will say that is I'll only spend an hour, maybe a day, maybe an hour and a half on doing chores, unless I'm filming where it's kind of like spread out throughout the day. Then yes, I will spend more time. But I do work during their naps, so I don't do any chores during their naps. That's when I spend time on doing stuff for my business, for myself, and so yeah, I do chores during their naps. And was there something else? Do you find it hard to keep up with them? Of course. I mean, who doesn't find it hard to keep up with chores? Honestly, if you do not have chores that are like pending every single day, please tell me your secrets, because I need them. I'm always behind on chores, and I think I probably always will. And that's the beauty of homemaking, is every day you don't have to worry about finishing what you're doing. You can work on it slowly and continue the next day. Next question is, what is your favorite room and why? I have 2. I would say our living room and our kitchen. I think kitchen is going to be my number 1, because when we cook, we like to cook together as a family. So my husband's usually helping me. We help each other. We'll bring in our daughters. They'll help do something. And we have music going, because we have music playing in the background always, or something. And it's such a good feeling for the family to come together to have a good meal that we cooked together. Second is obviously our living room, because we sit together and we watch a movie or we play. It's so nice getting together, like I said, as a family. So I would say those are my 2 favorite rooms. Question number 16 is, what's your favorite cleaning product? Ooh, can the magic eraser be one? Because that thing has saved me so many times with crayon marks on the wall. But if it was like a spray or something, my thieves cleaner works really well, but I broke the bottle, so I haven't been able to get another one. Oh, I would say the Dawn Power Wash. I think Katie said that was one of hers as well, if I am not mistaken, because that thing works so good. I've used it in our kitchen, obviously, on our table. I've used it to get some stains out as well. So I would say that's going to probably be it, aside from my thieves and the magic eraser for sure. All right, question number 17 is, what is your least favorite room in the house? Ugh, dare I say my daughter's room? I'm trying to keep it down because they can hear me. But not so much. Okay, how do I say this? If I were to turn the camera around, you would see dirty socks under the bed. You'd see shoes, you'd see backpacks, pillows, blankets, all of that on the floor right now. And I guess that's why I would say least favorite, because it drives me insane. But this is their space, and all I can do is teach them how to keep it clean. I'm not going to be onto them, telling them all the time continuously to pick up after themselves. Obviously, the only thing I can do is model it for them and show them, but it's really up to them to keep it clean. So I guess it would be my least favorite, only because when I walk in here, it gives me anxiety, the clutter and all of that. So that is usually when my husband will come in and he'll say, okay, it's time to pick up. But aside from this, I would say my bathrooms. My bathrooms, I don't like cleaning bathrooms, I really don't, but it's something that has to get done. So between this room and the bathroom are my least favorite. All right, question 18, we're almost done, I promise, is, do you feel your home reflects your personal style? Yes and no. So the decor and everything that I have right now, yes, I love it, but really and truly, I love farmhouse and rustic decor. But we don't have a farmhouse, obviously. We have a tiny condo, a tiny 2-bedroom condo. So I don't really want to be putting out a lot of farmhouse, which I truly feel is my style. I don't want to be putting that out if I don't have a farmhouse. So eventually, if we ever do get into one, which that is our plan, but if we do, then I feel like that is going to truly show my style. But what I do have right now is definitely what I love, and I hope to, like I said, eventually get to where I can truly style my home with my favorite style. All right. Question 19 is, what does your home smell like? This one was funny on Katie's response, but actually the other day I walked into a friend's house and I noticed when I walked in that it smelled like dirty feet. I feel so bad for saying that. But if anything, it made me think, how does my home smell like when someone walks in? So I make sure to always have a candle burning, a diffuser going, a wall, what are they called? Scentsies, whatever they're called, going, because I don't want someone to walk in and think that my house smells like dirty feet. So I would say right now my house smells like the candle that I bought from IKEA. If you didn't watch it, I bought a raspberry strawberry candle and I have that one burning right now. But it always smells, I feel, to me, now I don't know if someone else would agree with me, but it always smells like something good, something like you're diffusing or whatever. So yeah, I guess I really don't know what else to say as far as that, but other than it smells like a burning candle right now that I'm burning. Question number 20, last question, is, what are your strong points and weak points when it comes to homemaking? Strong points, I feel, when I'm actually able to sit down and meal plan and make lists, like to get our home in order. I feel those are definitely my strong points because I love making lists, I love meal planning, but it is very time consuming. So when I'm finally able to just get an hour or two to myself to be able to plan that for our family for the next 2-3 weeks or whatever, I definitely feel like that is my strong point. Weakness would be, what's a weakness? I would say a weakness in my homemaking is that I try to get too much done at once. And again, this is something that I was saying earlier about how the beauty of homemaking is that you can take your time and all. But I'll be the first one to tell you that I'm guilty of allowing the stresses of chores and all of that get to me. I've gotten better at it now, but I think that's my weakness, is trying to do too much at once, that I get a little overwhelmed and I end up just rushing through things and not doing things the way that I would like to do. So that is probably my biggest weakness. I can't think of anything else at the moment. I'm sure that there's more, and I'm sure my husband would disagree with me only having one weakness. But I think that's about it. And those are all the questions. If you stayed here to the very end, thank you so much. I know that I talked your ear off probably, and I hope that you had a nice warm beverage or something to watch this. But that's gonna be it. Thank you so much, Katie, for tagging me. And I do want to tag Simply Bethany. So Bethany, I would love for you to do this tag because I'm so interested in seeing or listening to your responses. And let's see, let me tag one more person. I would also like to tag, I'd also like to tag Elli Hurst, if you're able to do this as well. I'd love to know your responses. So thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope that you enjoyed it and you got to know a little bit more about me. If there was a question I didn't answer that you'd like to know, just leave me a comment down below letting me know what it is that you'd like to know, and I can answer it for you. Maybe I can do another Q&A or something with y'all's questions, and I can answer them. So again, thank you for stopping by. If you would like to join my YouTube family, I'd love to have you join, so please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.
I let my head down if I want. Don't you just